Miles on the moon here. Wanted to do a power ranking in my league. This is after week 5. And let's talk about first tier. I changed my opinion on. Honestly, I put 3 teams in the first tier. I really changed my opinion on Kawhi Leonard's laugh. I played him this week, and I will put this team in tier 1. And so far, he's number 1 in the league. Record wise, I'll tell you guys why he's number 1. First of all, he's doing it without Karl Anthony Towns. That's how good his team is. Like, Cat basically played. How many games did he really play this season? He played maybe 5 games this season. Broke his wrist, came back, played 1 game, sit out 1 game, played 1 game, got COVID. So he has his rebound. He has one of the highest rebound guys in the league, 12.5, and he got Richaun Holmes. So his rebound should be okay, and he's super efficient. Like, he's big man, right? They are good free throw shooters. Miles Turner, I mean, okay, 75, and he doesn't really hurt you, right? And his Cal Oubre Jr. is underperformed, and his first round pick Kawhi has been so good. He's in ESPN position rank is number 1, and he can sustain all this. Like, if anything, he might score more points, right? He's only averaging 20. He's been on the tier the past 3 games, and they did play some bad teams, but Kawhi can average 27 points, fine. Maybe more rebound. 5.4 is kind of low. 5.7 assists is a bit high, but he can average 5 assists, and he can average 2 steals, no problem. 0.7 blocks. And he's not a big turnovers guy. So Kawhi Leonard is basically a 9 category beast. He struggled a little bit for the last year or 2, just trying to run the offense a little bit more, and that's why his turnover rate was up quite a bit past year or 2. But this year only 1.8, getting 5.7 assists. So just really scary numbers from Kawhi. And most importantly, so his first 2 picks, just when Cat comes back, he's going to be a top 3 player, top 4 player, and he usually doesn't get hurt. And if Kawhi plays every back-to-back, this team is one of the best team in the league. And and another, like, even though Ja Morant he hasn't even been playing, and that's his third round pick. I don't think it's a good pick. Like, if he picked someone like in 3rd round, like a Zach LaVine, he'd be the best team in the league, I think. Miles Turner, another. He's got the 2 biggest guys in the league, 2 biggest block guys, Miles Turner and Karl Anthony Towns. If he can pick up, and Richaun Holmes, right? If he gets another blocks guy, I think whenever he plays a team like Scat Gary, he's just gonna win. That's something I didn't think about, right? His block rate is he has the most blocks in the league probably. Miles, like, if he gets a couple more blocks, this team is gonna be unstoppable. And I sorry for sleeping on this team, and he got other guys like DeRozan, who's also been playing pretty well. Mike Conley been playing well. There are a few droppable guys, but overall, this team pretty top heavy, but really scary, I think. So, and obviously the other 2, Scat Gary, this team, couple weeks back, I played Scat Gary, and it was supposed to be a tie and stat correction. That's how he got his only loss. This team versus most teams is just very easy, very easy game. The most rebound in the league, although I do expect Clint Capella to fall off a bit. One of the most assists in the league, one of the most, he's got a couple guys I think gonna fall off a little bit in terms of steals. OG, I don't know if he can average 2.2. I don't know if Drew Holiday can. I think those guys are maybe they're breaking out this year, but in the past year or 2, those guys are averaging like 1.5, 1.6. Drew Holiday, career-wise, he has never been a 2 steals guy. It's only been 50 games, so we'll see. Maybe he can average 2. But I think those guys' steal numbers gonna, and Jokic being averaging 1.9. So I think those 3 guys' steal rate is gonna come down a bit. But Ben Simmons, Devontae Murray steal number should be up. So he has one of the most steals in the league, and he has. The problem, like, with him is he has a lot of blocks, sure, right? He's got PJ Washington. He's got a Bam. We should give him a block. He got Capella. But compared to like Kawhi Leonard's laugh, Miles Turner is averaging 4. So if Kawhi Leonard's laugh pick up a couple of block guys, I mean, just to leak some secret here, if you want to beat Scott Gary, get more blocks. Blocks is probably his weakest. He has so many rebounds, so many assists, so many steals, and he's a good field goal team, but he's pretty lacking in blocks. But if your team doesn't have enough blocks, you probably don't really have hope beating him. And the last team in this tier is Walkby. Walkby team been just cruising through every single week, just getting easy win after easy win. Joel Embiid and Zach LaVine, the two guys I traded him, has been playing. I mean, maybe both guys been playing better than Harden, right? Joel Embiid, I think Joel Embiid gonna cool off somewhat. Only getting 1.4 blocks. He should be getting more than that, I think. But really strong game year from. The strength with this team is he's got a lot of rebounds. Right, he's got Andre Drummond, which I worry a little bit. You know, with the arrival of Jarrett Allen, he only played 26, 27 minutes. Right, I would try to buy low. I mean, if everybody listens to it, nobody's gonna buy low, but he's not gonna sell. But I think Drummond, there's a possibility he gets traded, and I think he should be playing better than the past 3 games. I mean, I'm worried about him, but what else can you do? You can only hold. Don't sell him for someone low at this point. Joel Embiid and Ayton, they're both the big rebound guys, and he has decent blocks as well. Right, Ayton, Joel Embiid, and Drummond. And guys like guards like Zach LaVine and Tyrese Halliburton, they're all pretty good block guys. If he can, get rid of some guys, just don't make too much sense on his team, like D'Angelo Russell. Maybe. He also picked up DeAndre Hunter, who has been huge, right? Top 60 guy. I think this guy is a sell high. Don't think his shooting is gonna sustain all season. But overall, this team is maybe not so great efficiency wise, but his field goal, he's got quite a few field goal anchors. So he's a big man team, I believe. Got decent rebounding and blocks, and a lot of scoring as well. So that's the first tier. The second tier, I would put Horky's team. I don't know what this even means. This is Horky's team. This is Dream Shaker Leaders team and my team. Horky's team, why he's in second tier? He's got the biggest problem with Horky, as I said many times, is that he doesn't have enough scoring. Right? I think Jaylen Brown is going to fall off. He's not going to average 27. I think Paul George is shooting. He should average 22, 23 points. But he's shooting. He's averaging 50% from the floor. That's not going to happen. Right? So he's got a couple guys who should fall off quite a bit, including guys like Paul George and Jaylen Brown. And I think Trae Young, he's been underperforming this season, sure. But I think he's not going to attempt 20 shots a game this season. They got Gallinari out, they got Bogdanovic out. So when the Atlanta Hawks are full strength, just too many offensive weapons on the floor. Trae Young's got to spread the ball around a little bit, right? He can't take too much usage away from everybody. So, and Buddy Hield has been underperforming as well. And when I say underperforming, I don't think Buddy Hield is going to perform better. He's probably going to score just like a point or two more. Maybe he'll turn it around. He's been shooting the ball pretty horribly, 37%. But I don't think he'll be a 20-point scorer a couple years ago. And I don't think Bogdanovic is going to turn it around, to be honest. So just low scoring. And he's got like Draymond Green. We're going to give him 4 points a game. 5 points a game. And Larry Nance Jr. is going to cool down. I think when Larry Nance Jr. cools down, another problem with Horky team is just maybe his steals is not going to be like when he played teams like Scott Gary. Scott Gary going to have more steals than him. So that's another problem. Teams that without steals. He has decent steals. I think Marcus Smart is a good steals guy. Fred VanVleet. And once Larry Nance Jr. cools off, I don't really see another big steals guy. Maybe Paul George, but I I honestly don't think Paul George. Maybe he would just get 1.2, 1.3. He's he has see he has had one outlier game, 6 steals. So if you take that one game out, he's just averaging a steal. So maybe his steals never coming back. In the back in the OKC days, the way they play defense, he's not gonna get those 2 steals again. Not even close. So we'll see. But this team, because he's playing so many categories, especially when he's playing a team that doesn't have a lot of steals, he should be getting some wins. And my team is kind of like rookie team. I'm a guard team. I traded for Westbrook, so my rebound is I would say somewhat decent. Because my guards they do grab me 6 rebounds. So if I decided to grab some rebound off the waiver wire, rebound and steals they're pretty easy to get on the waiver wire. So I guess I could be competitive versus some teams. I'm in the second tier because I traded a lot of guys for Harden, and both Embiid and Zach LaVine they're playing better than Harden at the moment, in my opinion. I still think Harden can turn it on. They're still trying to figure things out. Since he got traded to Brooklyn, right? Since Kyrie came back, he has been playing pretty passively, but he would average 10 assists pretty comfortably, I think. Guys like Colin Sexton is breaking out. I still have high hopes for Kobe White. If he can give me 1 steals, I'll be happy, and I think he's gonna average 6 assists. 18 points. I think his points gonna be up a little bit. Everything else is fine. Curry is Curry. He's giving me Curry numbers. And Russell Westbrook, I do expect Russell Westbrook to play better than this. He's shooting 37% at the moment. He should be getting up to 42, 43%. He was hurt, and I think maybe he's just playing himself, getting himself slowly back, getting more comfortable on the Wizards. And my JJJ should be back, giving me some points, 3 and blocks. I did pick up 3 wins, so I expect my team to be in the second tier for now. And sorry, I left out the leaders team. Leaders team last week was in tier 1, but what's changed this week is that Chris Boucher, people were going crazy over Chris Boucher. So last week, this is Boucher's number, average 20-10, giving him 2.5 blocks. This week, he basically, everything is divided by 2. This week he averaged 10 points. Still 4 rebounds and 1.5 blocks. So I do think and they played a couple good teams so they played Miami. The Miami Heat who got banned, Miami Heat, and then Pacers they got Sabonis. So decent big guys when the Raptors are playing decent teams, they're gonna struggle, and they might pick up another center. Right, Aaron Baines' minutes has been up, and the games he went off. Right, Golden State don't really have an inside presence. Portland, Nurkic, did he get hurt? I'm not too sure. Charlotte, no. Right, Dallas, some injuries. Right, so he's gonna be up and down. I don't really expect him. His ranking is really high at the moment, like top 30. I don't really. He's maybe a top 50 guy due to his high blocks and low turnovers. And another thing is Jarrett Allen got traded. So leader went from, one of the most blocks in the league to, man, Jarrett Allen. Hopefully he can play more minutes. So the first game, the game went to triple overtime, right, versus the Nets. The second game, he's gonna probably play 20 to 25 minutes. Most nights, maybe not even 25. Him and Drummond has to share the center minutes, so it kind of sucks. Maybe Drummond gets traded, he'll be free. But for now, Jarrett Allen's value takes such a big hit. So leaders team went from, and obviously Tatum was still out. But leaders team, and he got Michael Porter Jr. I have pretty high hopes for Michael Porter Jr. And Jason Tatum should be a top 15 guy. And leaders be missing that production from him. So leader tier 2 at the moment, he got Luka Doncic, and the first game he put up huge stat, but then you see why this guy should not be getting picked top 3, right? His steals and blocks is so low, right? That's it for your tier 2. And for tier 3 is I'll put Be More Team Baltimore, triple double no assist, and Team Vignicius team. So those are, and I'm gonna put the other 3 teams in the last year: Wales team, Nate's team, and Sheep's team. I talk about YP's team. Be More Team Baltimore is team tier 3, right? He got a couple wins early on in the season, and he tied to Nate Robinson. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. Let me look at the schedule. I don't think YP is probably gonna lose the next 4 or 5 games. Honestly, I totally see it happen. I think Leaders can beat him. I think Team Patel can beat him. I think Triple Double can beat him. I can beat him. Corky can beat him. Right? He might just lose 4 straight. And I tell you why. He no longer has the steals. Right? John was been missing games, sure. Brogdon is gonna cool down. So realistically, what category can YP win? Week in and out. Sure, he can win points. He's got a lot of points. Maybe he can win some threes. But after that, he has decent rebound. Sorry. But his efficiency, both efficiency not so good. Has a lot of turnovers. Very weak in steals and blocks. So any team, it's just like he plays any team, it's really 50-50. And I think when he plays a decent team, he's gonna struggle. Like I'm predicting Dream Shaker gonna beat him. Dream Shaker gonna win field goal. Dream Shaker is gonna win rebound, blocks, steals, and turnover. I think those are the 5 categories Dream Shaker is gonna win. And even assists, maybe. He's got 2 big assist guys, 3. Randall being averaging 6, and John Wall. Well, he has decent assists. Chris Middleton's been averaging surprising amount of assists. So we'll see. He's basically bad efficiency team. In all 3 categories are pretty bad. That's why I'm not so high on this team. Like he has like good counting stats, but he traded away Luka Doncic. So I'm just the team just doesn't make too much sense. And another team that in the 3rd tier is triple double no assist. DNC. His McCollum was hurt. He should be tier 2, but McCollum was hurt, and Bradley Beal was out all last week. So this team realistically should be a tier 2. Like if this team plays, this team has a lot of points, and if this team plays YP, I think they play 10 times. YP gonna lose 10 times, because he has more points than YP, more threes, more rebound, and then that's it. Efficiency, again, YP is 50-50, right? Assist, he also has decent assists. So this team is in tier 3 at the moment due to some injury concerns. And the last team is, I think, Ignatius team. This is another team that I changed my opinion on. I think this team is on the rise. Jimmy Butler, once Jimmy Butler returns, right, KD has been so good. KD has been incredible. Right? Averaging 31 points. He's trying to catch up, but he's trying to catch up to like Jokic. So currently the top 5 player is Jokic, Kyrie Irving, Kat, and Kawhi and KD. I think KD can average 28 points, no problem. Harden is trying to play the role of point guard, and KD's assists may dip a little bit, but the scoring should go up. Everything else should be fine. I think so. And Nurkic is gonna be out for a while, so this team, you got Ernest Cantor, who's gonna give you a double every single game, even in just 25 minutes. Good efficiency. So this team's rebound just got a big boost, and Marvin Bagley Jr. The patience pays off. He's been playing better and better. So this team's got a lot of rebounds. Rudy Gobert, and decent blocks. KD's been averaging 1.4 blocks. Obviously got Rudy Gobert 2.7, and once Jimmy Butler comes back, can give him a huge boost in steals. Right, that's something he needs. DeAndre Jordan really doesn't give you. Duncan Robinson doesn't really give you. So this team is on the rise. I think once Chris Paul starts playing a little bit better, this team could be in tier 2, tier 3. He's at the tier 3 at the moment, could be tier 2. But other teams in tier 2 and 3, I don't think can win a championship. Right? Really, right now, the only teams that three teams, I think. And leaders teams gotta, you know, either if Chris Boucher cannot pick it up or Jared Allen can't get enough minutes, leaders team right currently doesn't have. So really, realistically, those three teams: Kawhi Leonard, Lav, Sky, Gary, Dr. walk by. Those are my top three teams. Then championship. Everybody else is like, oh, okay, make the playoffs, maybe miss it. And the last tier is Will and Nate and Kingship. Will's team is falling off quite a bit. Traded away LeBron James, got Donovan Mitchell, who's been playing really well, right? But the thing is, LeBron is just not gonna. He's the 10th at the moment, he got drafted first round. Compared to Kawhi Leonard's lab, his first two pick is freaking Karl Anthony Towns and Kawhi Leonard. Right, just really can't compare LeBron to those two guys, fantasy wise. It's just not even close. And Will pick second round. Did he pick Westbrook second round? Yeah. I mean, he got Donovan Mitchell back, so you can't really compare Donovan Mitchell to those two guys. Just the difference between the first two picks is so high that change my camera. It's just too hard. It's hard to make up. Right? They're putting up such huge values at the moment. Could change anytime. But and Mitchell Robinson is a nice pick, but he's trying to stay on the floor, so he's not as aggressive as he was last year. So his block numbers is not as high. 1.7 is still really nice, but he was getting too easily in like 15 minutes. Sabonis is really strong, but at the moment this team got a lot of droppable guys like Lou Will, Zubac, George Hill. So in the last tier, really can't really seem to find a win. Well, Nate really tried last week playing YP. I didn't give. He just make up a couple of trades that he could have beaten YP. Like for example, putting a guy in the IR. This team, Jeremy Grant has been playing so well. So that's something. And Porzingis came back, so he's got like top 20. Giannis, I see Giannis as a top 20 guy, obviously. So in top 20, like all those guys are really strong. But after that, don't really like anybody, honestly. Jamal Murray has been really underwhelming. Don't really like anybody on this team other than those three. Siakam has also been underperforming quite a bit. Can't really find a win, so if you can't win, hard to. And the last place, Kingship, surprisingly only cannot find a win. But this team is, this team's got a lot of injury. It's like my team in the other league. Actually, not that much, but this league we only got one IR, so Kemba was out for quite a. Yeah, this team should be able to pick up some wins, I believe. Kyrie is being a number 2 guy, and AD is being underperforming a bit. He's got Christian Wood. Kemba came back. I think this team's top players are still good. It's just, have a lot of injuries and maybe getting a bit unlucky. His first 2 picks are still very strong, Kyrie and AD. So we'll see. That's it for all the teams. I'll do another one next week. But this week, the teams I really changed my opinions on are really Kawhi Leonard's laugh and Team Patel, Ignatius team. They moved up a tier. And the team that moved down is Leaders team and Team Will. Leaders team, those 2 guys not getting enough minutes, Jared Allen and, Boucher really hurt Leaders team value. That's it for this week. I'll do another one next week. Bye, guys.